guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I am finishing the old Victorian house that I did in, I think it was like a Tuesday, the first day that the pack came out. I started this beautiful old Victorian house, and today we are finishing it. So I'm furnishing all the levels, and in total there are 3 levels on the above the floor, above the ground. So there is the first, the second, and the third floor. And I also added in the basement. So I had 4 floors in total to furnish, and I really tried to detail everything in depth for the storyline that I had going on for the family that I'm planning to move in here. I already created them in Create-A-Sim, and I'm just really excited to start playing with them in the house. So I did remove the tombstones that I placed. The tombstones that I was using were from the bug item because I couldn't find these ones. I don't know why. I went over and over in part 1 and I just couldn't find them, and in the end I did find them when I started part 2. I was like, oh, there they are, and I think, oh my god, I've forgotten again where they are located, but I was looking in the wrong place, and I finally found the tombstones for the outside. So anyways, moving on. So for the inside of the house, I went entirely over the top Gothic. So I know not everyone likes this type of style of furnishing, but keep in mind I'm going for a old Victorian house, and of course we needed a old Victorian interior to match the house from the outside, and of course vampires are living here, so it needed to be dark and gothic. So for the living room, as you guys see, I went with the typical classical black and red theme for vampires. For other rooms throughout the house, I do mix up the colors a bit, but for the living room, that's like the first room that everyone sees, and it needed to just really show that iconic vampire theme that I was going for. But for the other bedrooms, I will be using some green, some blues, even pinks and purples are definitely in this house, especially with the girl bedrooms. And yes, this is a bedroom, no, not a bedroom, this is a house for an entire family, so you can have up to 8 Sims living here, and I'm planning to definitely do that. Every bedroom does has its own story, which I'm very excited to tell you guys about. And I don't know, I was thinking a little bit about the Addams family when I started furnishing. Of course, the Addams family aren't vampires or something like that. But I did think of the various personalities that they have in their family. A very interesting, a little bit dark personalities, but also some are a little bit on the sweeter side, you know what I mean? And I went with that. So I don't know, I just really am excited to show you guys what I've done with the bedrooms, because in the bedrooms and in the basement, that's where all the interesting things go on inside the house. So yeah, here I do pair up quite a few packs for this house. So it's mainly, of course, the vampire game pack items that I'm using, but I do pair them up with the vintage glamour because those 2 packs really complement each other. So I do use the vintage glamour. I also use the Get Together expansion pack. Those items really fitted in quite well as well, especially because I wanted a European vibe, and it really helped with what I was going for. And I think I'm using the movie hangout stuff pack and the spooky stuff pack. I think it's called like that, spooky stuff pack, I'm not sure. Anyways, the Halloween stuff pack that we've gotten like 2 years ago, that's also in the game, but I think I'm only using like 3 items from that pack. So if you don't have that, don't worry, just download the house and replace the items that I've used from that pack. So yeah, here I made this passageway into the basement, and in this area you can do all your gardening and grow your wolfsbane or whatever you need for your recipes. I didn't put in any curtains in that room because we needed a little bit of light for the plants or they won't grow. And that is like the only room with plants, because that's the only room that will have no curtains, so sunlight. All of the other rooms, did I say sunlights? I meant sunlight. Anyways, all of the other rooms will have curtains everywhere to block out the sun, because the family that is going to live here are old school vampires who cannot stand sunlight, even if it's not direct sunlight. So sunlight through windows, they will die. Well, at least in my story, they are going to die. So yeah, here a very large kitchen, and I know the vampires won't use the kitchen that much. I do think they can make like a few vampire recipes. I saw, oh my gosh, plasma fruit salad or plasma salad or something like that, and I think they can cook other things as well, but I still need to find out all of those things. But I like large kitchens in my game. I don't know why. I just love large kitchen, especially when I'm doing mansions or large Victorian houses. A large kitchen is definitely necessary. And if you don't have any vampires living in this house, but maybe you are going to move in some very Gothic people, then they need a kitchen. And here we are with a very large kitchen. So I do place some cobwebs in the kitchen, because my family is not going to use the kitchen that much. Maybe just for sitting purposes, doing their homework or something like that. But yeah, I don't think they will be cooking much. At least the mommy from the house. She isn't much into cooking and more into killing. So yeah, no, they really like to hunt their food every day. So yeah, here this is going to be the activities room, or no, more of the entertainment room. So we have the large orgel, or organ in English, I think, where dad is going to play and entertain guests. There's a bar so that they can drink some vampire cocktails and I don't know, just enjoy themselves really. So there are no televisions or radios in the house. These vampires that are living here are very, very old school. There is one computer, and that's a secret computer that no one knows about. But I will tell you guys a little bit later about that when we are going to come to that room. But for yeah, there's I don't think there's any other real technology in the house except for that computer and probably a iPad for the toddlers. I did add in I added in a iPad for the toddlers because my toddlers really love that thing in the game and they play with it. Yeah, just a very how do you say that? It really keeps them quiet so that mommy can do other things, and I needed one for the gameplay that I do for in this house. So yeah, so if you don't like it, you can always delete the iPad from the game. So yeah, here started with the guest bathroom downstairs, and as you see, I've forgotten to add in a door, but I quickly fixed it here, added in a door. This color palette is going to change. I think we are going for a more of a darker wallpaper and flooring. Yes, we are. So I wanted this to be very dark and fit in with everything in the house. For the children's bedrooms or bathrooms, I do make some a little bit lighter just because those are still children and I didn't want to make everything gloomy and dark over the entire house. But the overall theme is dark and Gothic. So yeah, here adding in some lights, and I saw a little bat flying and I was like, oh, a bat, I haven't seen that yet. So yeah, this is going to be the upper bedrooms. Those have little towers. And I think we are first going into the basement. I think we are going to furnish the basement after I found a color for the hallway. And the color from the hallway and these doors are not going to stay. I was just messing around and seeing what fits, but yeah, I didn't like those doors there. So here started with the basement. I had a lot of fun doing the basement. So I wanted it to look like there were little hallways creeping through the basement, and every hallway had its own, I don't know, section where I will put in coffins and stuff like that. So this is the coffin for mommy, daddy. This is the coffin for the head of the house. He has a very royal red coffin, and yeah, I just tried to make it fitting for the family. So I did add in a painting from, I think he's called Vladistraus. So Vlad, of course, he is the head vampire of this community. He is dead. He's deceased, by the way. He doesn't live in my story for this save anymore. I killed him off. But yeah, but he's the founder of all vampires, and they had a little shrine. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to say it. Anyways, they had a little area there where they can remember him, and I don't know, put some sacrifices there to appease his spirit or something like that. So yeah, on this side, this is where mommy sleeps. She gets a white golden coffin. I just tried to make it look a little bit more feminine, and of course their portraits are on the wall. No, my Sims do not look like those portraits. But I needed something to make it really look his and hers, and I went with these ones. So yeah, adding in some candles for some lights, and flowers for mom. And yeah, that's basically it what I'm doing here. So I really like the idea of coffins in the basement, but when I'm going to do a modern vampire house, I think I'm going to maybe put the coffins in the bedrooms. I mean, they are very modern and open about their vampirism, and they don't think they need to hide anything. This family does need to hide a bit, because as you can see, they also have a little dungeon in the basement, and that is for their food. So they usually always hunt for their dinner, but sometimes they don't have the time to hunt, so they always have a little snack in the basement ready to eat for them. They do keep them alive. They don't kill them when biting. So yeah, those people who are going to be locked up in the dungeon are going to live there, not forever, but I think their entire lives. So yeah, I needed little dungeons for my story, and I thought it looked nice. And it just made the house a little bit more interesting. And I like the fact that when you look from the outside of the house, you're like, oh, it's just an old Victorian house, and I don't know, it's going to be very rundown. If you go in it, no one would ever suspect that there would be a torture dungeon and vampires living here. Although maybe vampires, they probably could have guessed that vampires would live here, but not with such a elaborate, large house, because the house is larger than it is when you look at it from the outside. So I'm very happy with that. So here started with the master bedroom and bathroom. So this little pattern that I'm using here is going to change multiple times. I couldn't really find the color palette for the bathroom. For the bedroom, I did know what I wanted to do. So I wanted to go with grays, white, black, and green. I love this green color. I love all the colors of the Victorian furniture, and that doesn't really happen a lot. Usually I hate the Victorian furniture in the game. I'm not a big fan of Victorian styles, but for this pack I love it. I love that couch, that long couch there. It's such a beautiful design, and I love the red, green and purple recolor. Those are very nice. And yeah, I will be using them a lot in all my other old mansions that I'm going to do. I'm also building a very large French mega mansion at this moment, and I think a lot of the furnishing from this pack are definitely going to be handy for that house. So yeah, I did place a fireplace just to make it a little bit cozier, and yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, adding in that very large, I don't know what it is. I don't know what that thing is. I think I can look what it is because I have my game open here. What is that? It's a hanging werewolf wall jumper. Okay, so it's like an art piece for vampires, or maybe I don't know, it's a wall decoration. So a wall jumper, a werewolf wall jumper, and there are a lot of little werewolf hints in this new pack. So you have the werewolf gargle, and then you have the werewolf jumper that you have there, and you have fairy statues that we placed at the front of the house. So I don't know, are those little hints that another supernaturals are coming our way maybe next year or something? I'm not sure. I'm hoping those are like little hints for us to keep us occupied and a little way from the devs to show us like, don't worry, they're coming, we're working, we just cannot say anything about them or something like that. I mean, that would be awesome if that was the case with the werewolf and fairy items. So yeah, here the bathroom layout is going to change. I don't know, there was just too much space in the middle. So I do mix it all up, as you can see, added in a half wall to divide that very large openness and placed the two sinks there. I don't know, this works better for me. It looks a little bit more, how do you say that? Elegant. So I do add in some two large mirrors. I really tried not to use a lot of mirrors in the house because vampires don't have reflections. But I do place some because, as you guys know, I love mirrors, and when you look at my normal mansions, there's mirrors everywhere, and yeah, I really needed to restrain myself. So yeah, this is the nursery. So I don't have any babies in my save or the family that I'm going to play with in the house, but they definitely want another set of twins. So they do make, or they do decorate a room for oh my god, for the upcoming babies. They are just waiting until the two teens are going to age up and maybe move out the house. So yeah, the color scheme for this bedroom is, as you can see, purple, black and white. I really didn't know which color I needed to use for the nursery. I wanted it to look like a room for a kid, but still a little bit dark and gloomy and gothic, if you know what I mean. And that's why we have a lot of black, and of course that Dracula teddy bear. Oh, what is his name? Count Dracula or something like that. Let me see. That little teddy bear. Where is it? It's here. What's his name? Bercula. That's his name. I love that name. I mean, it's simple but yet very creative. So yeah, absolutely loving Bercula, and Bercula is in a lot of the children's bedrooms. So this is the bathroom that two rooms are going to share. I do change the colors of this bathroom at the very end of the video. But for now it's red. So yeah, what am I doing here? Oh, a little seating area. So this is just a little cozy seating area where your sim can read a book, relax, and I don't know. I really thought it looked very nice, especially with those two high chairs. I also love those ones. Yes, I have to say it. I'm going to say it like a million times that I love the items, but I love the items. I think lately we are getting so much great items, even if it's not my type or my style. And I think just think that the Sims team really spent, how do you say it, did a great job in making it. It looks very nice, very well detailed, and yeah, I can really appreciate what they've done with the last few packs. So yeah, thank you guys very much for making the game a little bit more interesting and fun. So yeah, this is the teen bedroom. As you can see, she is a painter. She loves to paint. She's a little bit artistic. She doesn't really have an in-depth backstory yet. That's more for the other children. All I knew is that she's going to be artistic, a little bit of a rebel. She loves Marilyn Monroe because when she was born, and my vampires, the children also age very slower than human vampires, human people. Oh my gosh, human vampires. Anyways, yes, they age slower than humans. And when she was born, or I think not really born, more she was a child, then Marilyn Monroe was very popular and still alive. So she's still a large fan of Marilyn. She loves fashion. Of course, all my teen girls love fashion, but she loves fashion, painting, and all that jazz. So yeah, here we are going to be doing a little bit more of the interesting bedrooms. So this bedroom is going to be for the teen boy, and as you can see, I placed the computer in a separate room, and that door is always going to be locked, so no one is getting in except for that boy. He has the key. So I do add in some cracks and some holes in the wall so that it looks very old, that no one has come here and no one has cleaned. So there are going to be spider webs and stuff like that. And the reason why no one may come into this room is the computer. Mom and dad hate technology. They think that it's definitely not necessary, and that it is something that only humans use. So yeah, the fact that he has a computer would really enrage them. And he's also in love with a mortal girl, and he always contacts her through the chat on his computer. He had a large painting of her in that room. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was from Get Together. I think Get Together, by the way. So yeah, that is like his own private secret room where he can really be himself, and he is not evil like his other family members. He's actually a good guy. He has the good trait. So he's a very good vampire, and he doesn't feed off humans. His entire family does. He just pretends really, but he drinks plasma packs or plasma fruit and stuff like that. So yeah, he's a very, very good vampire. So yeah, I think we are almost finished here, and I think we are going to furnish that little bathroom there, and then we are going into the bedroom next to this one. And the bedroom next to this room is a little bit disturbed. I don't know, I went a little bit all out with their storyline, and they are like my favorite characters of this entire family. I'm going to have so much fun with them, but I will tell you about them just in a few minutes. So we are finished there, and are we going to the bedroom? Yes, we are. So this bedroom, at first I wanted this to be a butler's bedroom, but then I was, no, no butler. We still haven't done a children's bedroom. So this is the bedroom of of a twin boy bedroom. And the twins that are sleeping here are a little bit, how do you say that? Insane, a little bit insane, disturbed. They are two very disturbed little boys. So from the outside, the parents don't know this, by the way. They don't know that the boys are that insane. I mean, the mom and dad from the house, they like to eat from normal humans, but they don't really kill them. They only kill if they have to. But the twins are a little bit more over the top. They like to experiment with their victims. So mom and dad don't know that they have this little prison there in the tower. They think that they have like a toy tower there, so that they store all their old toys and clothing here, and they never go in here because yeah, the twins are little angels and always say, "Mommy, Daddy, don't worry, we are going to clean up our own rooms, you don't need to do that." But in fact, they are keeping prisoners in this little tower, and they do little experiments on them in the tower. And I'm not going to go in depth on what they do to their victims, but just look at what's on the table here and what I'm going to add in, and you can imagine yourself what they would do with prisoners. They also have the science table from the kids how do you say that, the kids object thingy. Anyways, they have that as well, and as you can see, they are keeping files, and yeah, they are a little bit of mad scientists, which I like. I think I'm going to play with them a lot, and when they are going to age up, I'm going to build them their own house with lots of dungeons and craziness, and it's going to be so much fun. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that little tower there. That was my favorite thing to do from the entire house. I do make a little section here so that the parents are like, oh, they're into science because they have the science lab. I'm adding in a table with some frogs, I think ladybugs, and a little squid octopus thingy. So the parents do know that they like science, but not that they are going to go in depth with their fantasies, because I don't think that mom and dad are okay with that. So yeah, mom and dad are evil, but they are not like derangedly insane evil like the twins are. But yeah, it was a lot of fun for me to play out this this story. So yeah, here the bathroom, I just copied everything from the other bathroom because, oh my god, I just had, my hands were hurting at this point of building. I think I'm just 3.5 hours into furnishing, and I was like, I need to get this done. Everything is cramping. So yeah, I do decorate all the hallways, and at the very end of the video, I put in all of the curtains. So there will be curtains everywhere, but you will see that at the very end of the video. So this is the final bedroom that we are going to furnish, and yes, this one is pink. This is the bedroom for my long-awaited vampire toddler. So there are going to be 2 twin sisters living in this bedroom. They love pink. They love pink. Pink is their favorite color, like every girl in my game. So these little toddlers aren't evil. There are actually going to be good vampires like their big brother. Mom and dad don't know that yet because they haven't developed their how do you say that, their personalities yet. So yeah, for now they think they have created 2 little evil girls who just like pink. I mean, pink is a color that either good and evil can like, so they're fine with it. They had some questions about that very large unicorn teddy bear in the corner, but they let it slide, and mom was like, oh, if they really like that teddy bear, just let them have that bear. She really didn't see anything wrong with that. Dad did have his suspicions that the twins might not be as evil as they think they would be, but yeah, they don't know it for a fact yet. So yeah, we are finished with the build. We are going to do all the lighting, curtains, and I also put in a little bit of a fonting in the very top tower, because that's a tower that no one uses. So I thought, let's add in a little bit of something there. So if you want to see that, you really need to stay for the very end of the video. And you're almost there. I think it's like 2 minutes and we are done. So I hope that you guys enjoyed my build, and if you liked it, and if you want to use it, it's on the gallery. You can download it under Origin ID LoveSimplySim, or use the link in the description of the video if you don't have the gallery or you don't like to use it. Just use the link and you will be fine. So yeah, don't forget to place your likes, of course, very important. I'm going to keep saying it, but please place your likes if you liked it, and if this is the first video that you are seeing from me, don't forget to check out part 1. That is also very nice. So yeah, I hope that you guys have a great day wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Thank you.